We often take things at face value. What we see makes up our mind of how things are. However, sometimes there is so much substance hidden under the flaws that make up the first impression.
Ruth says, oh, you know, you're always cleaning filters. Hey, I can clean the filters. Yes! You know, like there's that joy of what you can do. And some people don't know what a joy it is just to be able to do whatever you can do. So, you know, I guess I'm lucky because I know whatever I can do, I just do it. I moved to Anmore because this house, which was all broken down and nobody else wanted it, was the wheelchair house in the woods with lots of fresh air. And I was leaving toxic apartment with lots of chemicals. It was new and it was off-gassing and it was killing me. This was just the right place.
This is Elaine Willis. She has a rare condition known as ataxia. Although researchers have identified the gene responsible, there has not yet been sufficient funding to investigate further and fully identify Elaine's neurological disorder. The tremors first appeared in her hands, but gradually the symptoms worsened to the point where she became unable to continue her career as a teacher.
I was using a power chair. I could hardly sit up by myself or feed myself. I was so disabled.
However, ataxia was not her only obstacle. She also has severe allergic reactions to many commonly used chemicals, particularly those which contain added scents or perfumes, including laundry detergent, fabric softener, deodorant, and many household cleaners.
We're not even going to be able to use air conditioning. Yeah, I got them all. I got them. I have 100% control here. If I start to stutter, slur my words, it means I'm starting to have a reaction, and sometimes my brain is slow at figuring out that that's what's going on.
In fact, I coughed so much that I actually had a stroke at one point about 3 years ago. I coughed so much. I want people to hear that because I like to say it twice. People don't think you can cough up a stroke, but I coughed so much that I had a stroke. Small stroke, but a stroke nonetheless.
As anyone could easily imagine, the combination of these two conditions, ataxia and multiple chemical sensitivity, would keep even the most headstrong people out of public situations. But not Elaine.
Hi, my name is Elaine Willis. I speak today for the Tri-City Green Council. We are pleased that Coquitlam is having this town hall meeting, providing citizens with an opportunity to voice their concerns. Coquitlam's Bad Seed Initiative is proudly one of the strongest in the region, a model for surrounding communities. It would be truly beneficial for the City of Coquitlam to hold additional town hall meetings to allow more citizens to provide invaluable input. Tri-City Green Council members and affiliates share a vision of a world where community groups and local governments work together to achieve a sustainable balance between society, ecology, and economy.
The perfect home that Elaine has fought for is now undergoing change in the name of progress. What was once densely forested natural habitat is giving way to urban sprawl. In some areas, illegal tree cutting occurs with no consequences. Private properties are being damaged by the efforts. Streams become muddy with silt, and the future of the salmon in the area is threatened.
Well, it didn't take me long to figure out that Elaine was and is a really passionate person who cares about the environment, and that's why it was perfect that she was on the Anmore Environment Committee. She knows her stuff. She researches fantastically. She's a master of the internet. She's got a memory that is so sharp. and she asks questions that are so pertinent. So a huge delight to watch her at work in a committee.
Elaine has run for Anmore Village Council twice and is currently on the board of the Tri-City Green Council, a group that keeps tabs on the environmental policies of 5 municipal governments, including Anmore.
Elaine has just, I call her the power behind the throne. As something is happening, the council members, the old council members, would come to Elaine and say, "What's your take on this?" And the new people running for council would come to Elaine and say, "What are your thoughts on this? What do you think about it?" And so she became kind of a focal point within the community for putting this unity back in community. She just was so strong, and people trusted so much her judgment and so much her integrity that she was the first person they looked to.
I need to really secure my hands.
Elaine is very involved with every aspect of her community, such as volunteering at the salmon hatchery every Sunday. She does not have the time to be upset about what she cannot do. Instead, she is pushing the boundaries on what she can do.
Now when I see Elaine, I go to her house and she's walking around the kitchen. Now mind you, she's got one hand on a table and she's got one hand somewhere else. But I see her every single day whenever she can, going down to the gym and building that upper body strength. And I see her every now and then, she's cleaned her house and she's really feeling, oh, I think I maybe overdid it a little bit. But she pushes and she pushes and she pushes so that she can be strong. And it's not strong for Elaine, it's strong for the people she knows and cares about, for the community she cares about, and for the things she believes in so strongly. It's not for Elaine. I don't see it any way for Elaine. I see it as supporting her integrity.
I like to see myself as bridging, where I bring those people into all of those groups. So one of the things I did is I brought Vince up to the hatchery. I bring those worlds together, I mix them up. I'm always pulling people together.
We all went on the old wooden roller coaster in Peony a few years back. I hadn't done a roller coaster in probably 10 years before that. I loved it. Just absolutely loved it. We wouldn't have even made the attempt had we all just not got together and said, we're going to do this. Had I gone with anybody else and said, nah, let's not bother. But Elaine is one of those let's go do this kind of people. And I think that's the kind of thing we all need in our lives once in a while.
Elaine introduced her cousin, Flavia, to her tenant, Travis. Now engaged, they reflect on how Elaine has impacted their lives.
I think when I first moved out here, I was a big bag of stress from the work that I was doing. And just, workaholic, couldn't really get away. I mean, Elaine would vocally tell you that my life was my work. Obviously, we're friends to the degree now that this, to me, whenever I drive up here, it's still like coming home in all senses.
And to me, Elaine is so much more. She's my cousin, she's my family. I never expected to be in a position to get to know her at all. And now that I do, and it's just, she's family now. I can't imagine my life without her, so I don't know.
Simona immigrated from Romania 8 years ago. Although she was not confident that she would be able to utilize her medical degree in Canada, Elaine encouraged Simona to fight hard to utilize her medical skills. She currently works as a clinical associate in cardiology at Vancouver General Hospital.
She taught me that I have to be optimistic, and whatever goal I have, I will reach it if I'm persistent enough, if I'm diligent enough, if I stay focused. She taught me that failing at reaching a goal, it's not as bad as not having a goal to reach.
So many people have had the good fortune to meet Elaine Willis, and those who have allowed her in have felt the benefit of her influence. She shares lessons with us all, that we should never fear what we do not understand. Something life-changing can be waiting just below the surface.
Live in the now. Make your difference now. Do what's important to you and don't wait. I think that's really important. I think a lot of people, they have regrets. And I think if you live your heart and go for what you really want to do and don't say, oh, I can't do it because, my legs don't work or my hands don't work. We are our minds, and that's all. Just go for it.